Interesting. We just had a major technical difficulty. So you all give me a minute. See if I can get Facebook up because it's like something don't want y'all to get the message. Some don't want you to hear it. But I just had to say a little prayer. So let's see how this works. Uh, Give me a second. Some does not want y'all to get this message at all. We're going to see. If Facebook doesn't pull up, I'm not going to be able to do it. And it keeps telling me it's not going to start. And I'm gonna wait to see if you all show up. If you all come, then we'll do a little something. I warned the people over here on Facebook if the technical difficulties continued to come on over here to YouTube, but then YouTube was acting funny too. So it's all right. If it's meant to happen, it shall. If it's not, it won't happen today. But it will happen when it's supposed to happen. So yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy. So what I am going to do is I'm just gonna cut this off. I'm gonna cut this off, and we're gonna try this another day. Although I could just go ahead and do it because it's live. I am live. So let's try it. Okay, we're just gonna try it. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So great rise, beloveds. For those of you who will hopefully be able to get a chance to see this. It's your girl, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. It is Melanated Monday. Tonight's discussion is decoding spiritual messages. Okay. I'm going to get in and get out just in case we have another issue. Hold on. Okay, so I don't know what's happening, but we are in a time now where people are seeing a lot of repeating numbers, and those numbers are not coincidental. Seeing other signs, um, a lot of different types of synchronicities, and there's a reason for it. And we're going to talk about it, most high's willing, tonight. So if you are here, you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to voice them, type them in. Um, we're going to go ahead and get started. Told people to come on over here to YouTube. So hopefully they're on their way. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. All right. So again, we're going to be talking about the repeating numbers. Thank you for your patience. We're going to talk about the repeating numbers, synchronicities, what they mean, uh, why you should pay attention to them. Okay. So we'll just start right off. We'll go down the line with the number zero. Most people think that zero has no significance whatsoever, but indeed it does. The number zero in itself represents a circle. Circles also are completeness. Um, Zero, it says where creative potential exists. So you're looking at the number zero, you're looking at the openness. The openness is where creativity begins. The openness also represents the womb. The womb is where, um, obviously, it's a feminine energy, it's a feminine vibration, it's open and receptive. This is the beginning of things. This is where the ideas start, but there's no concrete foundation for them. They haven't been put into action. This is just where the thoughts, the ideas um, start to develop. Like I said, it represents the womb, the openness of the womb, and it also represents the nature of a continuous flow because it's constantly there's no beginning or an end. It's just constant. So it's a continuous flow. So the number zero represents these things. It's a perfect circle. This is where the ideas circulate, but it's not. Nothing is put in stone. Nothing is concrete at this point. It represents the womb, the openness. It is endless. It's like endless energies. It's also a feminine vibration, hence it being like the womb, the openness, the receptive element, and the nature of a continuous flow because there is no beginning or end. It's constant. Okay, so that's your zero. Number one, ones represent divine intervention. This one has been this one is very common, particularly when you see people, or when not when you see them, but when you know people who have recently passed, transitioned, you'll see the number ones come up a lot. I don't know why. I do know why, but we'll get into it. But one things that are being some strings that are being pulled spiritually on your behalf. It is it deals with your intuition, which is also your inner G, your inner G, your inner God, goddess. With it being singular, it is more focusing on the discovery of oneself, the beginning of self discovery and becoming one with your higher self, knowing your power potential. Okay, that is what the ones mean. The twos, number twos, represent unions and partnerships, yin and yang, the balance. Cooperation also represents co-creation with your partner, co-creation with the universe, um, being able to bring things to life, being able to start new forms of things. The vibration between men and women, male and female, is balanced. You will also see the number two connected with what we know as twin flames. Twin flame is dealing with intimate love connections. So twos represent that connection as well. The number three, I'm trying to go through these fast just in case we have some issues. So the number three, three is the first number of motion or movement. It is a flow of energies. It is considered the number of the divine. It is the awareness of self in the mind, body, and soul or spirit. It is magic in motion. It's positive thoughts are activated, drawing back to yourself positive energies and opportunities. So basically with a 3 is what you put out is what you get back. You want to make sure that your energies that are going out and things that you're thinking about are positive, because you're going to get that energy right back. It is where you become more aware of mind, body, soul. That's the one of the trinities. Okay, mind, body, soul. You not late, honey. I'm late too, but thank you. Mind, body, soul, or mind, body, spirit, however you choose to see that. The I said it's a matter of it represents the first number of movement. So something's going to happen. Something is in process of happening when you see the number 3. It also represents creativity. So if, let's just say, for instance, you have a project that you've started, and then you start seeing the number 3s of you, whatever it is, you've started something. You see the number 3. That means that that thing is moving. It is, there's energy behind it. It went from just an idea to, the thought, to, okay, now there's some momentum behind it. So when you see the number 3, that's what it's dealing with. Those things. If you need me to go back over them, I will. As I'm kind of rushing through them because we had some technical difficulties and I don't want to lose you all. Okay. So the number 4 deals with just being, just the state of being. It is what connects the mind, body, and soul with the physical world. It also represents stability. That stability, your foundation, is security, is safety in your home. So the solid foundation. When you see the number 4, you want to also make sure that you have a space where you can meditate. You need a place where it's just for you, where you can connect with yourself, you can connect with the Most High, you can do whatever, but it needs to be a space that is set apart specifically for that. Okay. Moving on to the number 5. Number 5 brings about manifestation. So it is an action number. It is all about doing. A lot of the times we want to sit here and just, think things into manifestation and then do nothing about it. Just think, hope, and pray and have our fingers crossed, and think we're gonna open our eyes and it's gonna be magically there. That's not how that works. So the number 5 does represent the manifestation, but it is the doing part of manifesting. So if you see the number 5, you have in your mind already that you want something to happen, you want to receive something, whatever. You must be in process of doing something to make those things come about. Number 5 also represents the number of elements. Those elements are earth, air, water, fire, and ether. um, Ether is, it's a pleasant smelling liquid. It's clear. It's, can't say, it's colorless, and it's been said to be the liquid that is most God-like because it connects humans to their let's see how I want to say it. It connects it connects people to their spirituality, if that makes sense. It's what connects you to the spirit. It's what connects you to your intuition. And I know this probably sounds crazy and over a lot of people's head. That's okay. Um, there's so much more to us that we just don't know. We have no overstanding whatsoever. So it sounds crazy when you hear somebody talk about it, or when you read it or whatever. But these things are written out for us. Excuse me. Excuse me. They're written out for us to understand and overstand and apply them. A lot of times people have issues when you start talking about numbers, numerology, and that type of thing, and they want to connect it to witchcraft and the dark underworlds and spells and all this kind of stuff. But there's a reason that we have these numbers. Everything is based on numbers. Everything, the universe is based on numbers. The universal language is based on numbers. There's a whole book in the Bible called Numbers. Okay, it's very specific about numbers. So it's important for us to know, because other people, they know. Okay, they may not be using it in the most righteous manner, but they know. Okay, so it's important for us to get an understanding as well. Number 5 also represents an alignment with being free, just free to be. The biggest thing that I personally connect with the number 5 too is that it also represents change. So when you see the number 5, know that something is about to change. Sometimes it comes with chaos. And I see I just froze. Sometimes the change comes with chaos. It doesn't always have to, but change is coming. It may have already happened. Most of the time, it's getting ready to happen, like very shortly after you've seen the number. Okay. So keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be negative, but it's going to be different. That's for certain. The number 6 represents seeing. People connect the number 6 with evil. It's not. Okay. The number 6 just represents being able to see. It connects to the intuitive guides and the inner guide. It is a realm of inner vision, wisdom, and clairvoyance. Okay, this is like the gateway to clairvoyance, being able to see things before they actually happen. It's really funny, peculiar, not haha, how when you talk about certain this powers, abilities, period, people will look at that as a person being some type of freak or mutant, just something that's abnormal, something to stay away from. They don't put a hex on you, whatever it is. And it's so the opposite. What we have to remember is in our creation, before our creation, the Most High already determined that the Most High was going to duplicate the Most High's self. The Most High was going to duplicate himself. The Most High was going to duplicate herself, which means the abilities that the Most High has were made to be, we were made to also have those. Whether you accept that as a truth or not, we were made to have those. We were made in the image and likeness of God. There is nothing God can't do. Man is supposed to be able to do the same things. We were created that way, but we have disconnected in so many ways from our natural abilities, from our intimate connection with the Most High, the way that we eat, the things that we listen to, the people that we surround ourselves with, the vibrations that we're on, just all kind of things. We have caused ourselves to be disconnected from our natural powers. And I'm sure you all have come across some things or come across some people who have said to you, how do you, or ask you how are you able to do certain things, or you've been able to pick up something, you've been able to say what somebody was going to say before they said it, you've been able to call out a number and then that number shows up. Whatever it is, these things are given to you, which means you need to pay attention to them. These are natural powers. You need to be able to strengthen them and call upon them when you want them. It shouldn't be an accident. They weren't given to us by accident. We have them intentionally. We are co-creators. Again, we are created in the image and likeness of God, the Most High. We are gods and goddesses, lowercase g's, but we are nonetheless gods and goddesses. We have these abilities for a reason, which says why or that makes sense. Why we're in the situations that we're in, there's no reason for it. There's no reason for us to be in the situations that we're in. There's no reason for this world to be the way that it is as God's. We have the ability to make these changes. We have the information to make these changes. We have what we need. We are fully equipped to make the changes, but we have to be reminded that we have them. We have to practice that we have them. We have to study that we have them. You understand? We have them. When you see people doing magic tricks or whatever, I don't even want to call them tricks per se, but you see people doing magic or whatever, you don't really need to be in awe of it because we're all magical beings. We're spiritual beings that have the power to do things, to co create. We can do these things, but we are so low vibrational that we have no clue. We don't even think about it. We don't think that that's something that we can do or that we should even do, that we should be connected to it at all, but we should. So moving on. The number seven. The number seven is the realm of divine vibration. It is the realm of intuitive knowing. People also relate it to luck or serendipity. Serendipity is the occurrence of the occurrence or development of events by chance. So it's like what people will consider to be coincidence. There are no coincidences. Things happen because they're supposed to happen. Things, vibrations are lining up the way they're supposed to. It causes something else to happen. Whether you see everything that happens prior to the actual manifestation of something, that's different. But things line up according to frequency, according to order. It's happening. We think it's all of a sudden. No, it wasn't. Nothing is all of a sudden. That's just when you saw it or when you felt it, when you realized it, when you became into the knowing of. But the process has been going on for as long as the process takes. Okay. Um, luck is people. When you think about luck, you think about coincidences. There's no way that should have happened. There's no possible way that can go on. There is. Again, we're spiritual beings. We are gods. We are energy beings. There's nothing that can't happen. There's nothing that we can't do. We just have to practice it. We have to know that we are capable. Okay. The number eight, absolutely, it was always there. The number eight deals with abundance and prosperity. I love number eight. Um, when you see the number eight, also it references infinity. We always see it, you know, sideways, laying down, representing infinity. And that's how the universe works. That's how the universe supplies everything. There is no cutoff on abundance. There's no such thing as that's all you can get. No, you can continue to get. The universe doesn't have a limit. So the number eight represents infinite abundance. It also represents self empowerment. That's something also that has to be practiced. It doesn't mean that you're doing this um, to become wicked or to do wicked things to other people. It's to know yourself, to know what you're capable of, to know and understand who and what exactly you are. Um, and number eight supplies energetic flow of money. Okay, so when you see the number eight continuously, know that that's the energy that brings about abundance. It brings about money. Okay. Um, Infinitely. It brings about prosperity. That's the energy that brings it. So you have to be in a place, in a mind, in a vibration to receive it when it comes because it's coming. It's showing you coming. We can also make those things that are coming to us stop. We can cause them to pause. We can cause them to go back based on our own energy, based on how we interact with one another, how we eat and communicate, just a lot of things. We can control this, okay? The number 9 deals with cosmic consciousness. This is the higher awareness of self and one's purpose. This is major. People figure or try to figure out all the time, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? The number 9 helps you get an understanding of what that purpose is. When you see number 9, know that you are getting prepared to see it. You're being introduced to your divine purpose. So pay attention to it. Um, it reveals itself. Your purpose starts to reveal itself when you're seeing these numbers. Okay. And finally, just on this part, the number 10. 10 deals with destiny. And again, when you look at number 10, you see 1 and 0. 1 and 0 are binary. This is the code. This is the universal language. It operates, it understands ones and zeros. Okay. Ones and zeros together represent new beginnings, new life, new creation. Again, it's the binary code. It is the language of the universe. It is the higher vibration, is a higher order, if you will. Is also, I'm gonna read this one. It says the DNA is in sympathetic resonance and activates higher awareness and consciousness. So the sympathetic resonance or sympathetic vibration is a vibratory body that responds to an external vibration with harmonic lightness. In regular language, what that means is, for instance, if you have a tuning fork or something that vibrates, if you hit it, it has a certain frequency. If it's tapped, then it will also cause something that is also on the same frequency or close to vibrate as well. So if I hit this, something else is going to vibrate. This is not because it's wood, but you understand what I'm saying. So if sympathetic resonance is a harmony basically between two vibrating things, that when one is affected, it will also affect another that is on a similar frequency. That makes sense? I hope it makes sense. Okay. So we went through 0 through 10 just as a single number. So now I'm going to give you information when you see them as triple numbers, because these are the angel numbers. These are the way angels, ancestors, most high, spirit guides, whatever you want to refer to, these are how they communicate. They communicate through numbers. So when you see them, it is for you to take heed to them. Absolutely. You're very welcome and my pleasure. So let's get started, shall we? So 111, 111. The inner power of self is revealing itself to you. That's what I was saying before. Who you are and what you are capable of doing is being revealed to you. What your powers are being revealed to you. And it is a call for, it is like it wants to be awakened. It's like, I can do this. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Let me show you what I can do. You have to allow it. There is a greater you. There's a greater self that wants to be recognized. It wants to elevate. It wants to come out. It wants to live. It wants to do what it was created to do. 111 says, look at me. Okay. It wants to. Okay. That's what's there. That's what's up. Okay, now the twos. Again, the twos deal with unity and partnerships. So it still does. Sacred unions, partnerships will open new spiritual gifts and power. So your unions, be they intimate or friendship, business, whatever it is a divine partnership on some level. Is going to open up other opportunities. It's going to open up some type of opportunity for you. So in be it in love or in business or whatever, it's going to open up a spiritual gift because it is a divine union. A lot of times, too, these types of unions within male and female will manifest babies. Okay. It will manifest a marriage that is unbreakable. Know that. Like they can't walk away from each other even if they tried, because that's what the Most High put together. That one. Okay. Um, 333. When you see 333, it represents a sacred path of discovery. There it says a sacred path of discovery is opening. Threes also represent, like I said, the creativity. So, and a three, let's see, 333 is also like the master number. It's a master number, a high um, ascending master is what that is. Did I say that right? I think you understand what I said. If not, put it in there. Um, yeah. Moving on. Number 4. Fours says your dreams are being assisted. So anything that you have dreamt about doing, whatever it is that you want to do, you've gone through your process, you're doing the most, you're going through the motion or whatever, you are being assisted in that. Those things are going to happen. You are getting help. You don't necessarily see it. This is where things are being done for you behind the scenes. This is where this favor is being shown. Strings are being pulled for you on your behalf. You don't have to worry about your stability. All that is happening. Okay. Know that it's happening when you see it. That's, to me, that is more of a very comforting um, number to see, because oftentimes we don't see what it is we're putting effort toward. It seems like we're working for nothing because things that we want are not manifesting fast enough, or the connections that we need we're not getting. We don't think we're not seeing it. So when you don't see it, then you tend to be live that it's not happening. But it's happening. It's just happening behind the scenes. So when it shows up for you, it shows up in, ta-da, here it is, I'm done. Okay. But the work, the energies have already been conspiring with themselves and the universe to make these things happen on your behalf. Okay. The number 5 or 555 also deals with creativity manifesting. So those things that you've been working on, they're they're about to manifest. Fives also, again, represent change. So when you see 555, there, that could be a warning, not necessarily bad, but that many changes are about to occur. So just prepare yourself. Change is a coming. It can be positive, it can be negative. I'm not saying good or bad. It can be positive, it can be negative, but it's always for your benefit. So don't be afraid of that. When you see fives, just know that change is a coming. Okay. Or something has already changed. Most of the time is to let you know that it's coming, but sometimes it can also mean that it has already happened. You just don't know it yet. You don't see the results of whatever has changed. Moving on. Our favorite scary number, 666. It is not a scary number, okay? This number represents intuition, that your intuition is awakening, the spiritual growth unfolds. It also means that you probably need to um, change what you're doing, change how you're doing it, take a different route. Just, step back and just look at this. Maybe that's not the best way to do this. Do something else. It's more of a warning, is not satanic, is none of that. Okay, that ain't what that is. Also, 666 is the make of a human, the make of man. Okay, so don't let it scare you. Um, the number 777 is this is the path of luck opening. Again, we think of luck as something that happens by chance. It doesn't. It just, we're not expecting it. We're not consciously aware of it. We're not consciously preparing for it or whatever. So when it happens, it seems like it was luck, but it was happening. It was already lined up. When you see it, it was time for you to see it. There are no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason, and everything happens in the timing that is supposed to happen. Things have to align. Let me put that out there. No matter what it is that you want, what you're working on, things, and I mean your energies, your behaviors, your thoughts, whatever, they have to align. They have to align with one another. They have to align with the universe. They have to be on the same frequency. They have to be able to do what you want them to do. If anything is out of order, it will not manifest the way you want it to. It's not going to happen. You don't have all the parts lined up. It cannot move. Everything happens in a divine order. Everything happens in divine timing. You have to be in full alignment for these things to occur. That means get yourself right. Get yourself together. Get your mind right. Stop thinking so carnally. Get your spirit mind functioning. Start eating differently. Start listening to some higher frequencies, and we'll talk about that another day too. Start doing things differently. If you want things to occur differently, then you got to do some different things, right? But they're happening. You have to do these things with a faith. That's also part of this 555 and these changes. You have to do things in faith, knowing that they're going to happen. Things that you want to manifest, things that you're calling upon, things that you think you need, or whatever, you have to know in faith that they will happen, or that they are happening once you've spoken them and have made an effort to start those wheels running. Start it. The angels got you. Most High got you. Your ancestors got you. Your spirit guides got you. But you got to do some work. They're not going to just come down here and ask you what you want and do the work for you. Ain't happening. If that were the case, I wouldn't be right here telling y'all nothing. Or we would all have everything that we want, right? Right. So do the work, but do it in faith. Um, the 888, same thing with the divine abundance. That means that it's close. When you see 888, that abundance is close. That don't mean tomorrow you're going to get it. That don't mean in a week you're going to hit the lottery. It doesn't necessarily mean in a month, okay? But it means it's close. Close could be a year, where before it was close, it was 20 years out. So just know that it's close. Okay, keep that in your mind continuously, especially like I said, when you don't see things in the timely way that you want to see them. Don't get discouraged because you don't see it or you can't touch it. It's coming. Most High don't lie. Okay, if you ask for something and you're doing the work in righteousness, the Most High will give that thing to you. I'm gonna leave it like that. Moving on. Number 9, or the 999 again means stay the course, stay focused, stay diligent, continue to do what it is that you're doing. Don't get discouraged, don't get distracted. Continue doing what you're doing. Stay devoted to what you're doing. Those nines also um, deal with cycles closing, okay, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It may be negative, it may be positive, but a lot of times you want the cycle that you've been going through continuously, you want it to stop so you can begin something else. So that 999 will also represent cycles closing. A lot of times it will also deal with karma, karmic cycles closing. They've come to an end now. You have completed um, whatever needs to be done in your family history. You've done it. It's done now. It doesn't have to repeat. You don't have to keep going through certain things. You don't have to keep repeating certain cycles. It's done. It's over. You've closed it out. Good deal. Good job. Okay. 999 deals with that. Stay the course, stay devoted, and um, prepare for or watch or know that some cycles or a cycle has ended or is ending. Okay. The number 1010, again, you're dealing with the binary code, the one and the zero. 10, 10, 1, and 0 also deals with new beginnings. It says the path of destiny and divine calling becomes clear. This is also saying that what you are called to do, what you are purposed to do, now you're in it. Now you're being put in it. You are being put in your purpose and you know it. Okay, so when you see that 1010, you are being put in your purpose and you know it. You are very clear as to what it is you're supposed to be doing. People ask that question all the time. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. What is my purpose? You have to pay attention because Most High will give you signs. You're not here for no reason. You're not going to not know what the reason is if you pay attention. You have to pay attention. Signs and wonders, this signs and information, you're being given it, but you have to pay attention and over and understand what you're being shown. Because a lot of times, I'm glad we're able to do this now. A lot of times you're being given signs and symbols and whatever synchronicities, and people will ignore it, will think it's coincidence, is this happened by chance, or want to play it in the lottery. It had nothing to do with it. Although 111 did come out recently, didn't have nothing to do with that. But you miss what it is that you're actually asking for because you're looking for it to come in a way that your carnal mind can understand it. It's not necessarily going to happen that way. If you ask the Most High to show you something, then you have to allow your spiritual mind to see it. If you ask the Most High to show you something, then you have to allow your spiritual mind to see it. Okay? It doesn't necessarily always show up first as a carnal thing. 1111. That is the wake up of the whole man to full consciousness of what he is in the sight of God. So this is like the highest level of spiritual consciousness. You know exactly who you are. You know exactly how the Most High sees you. Your frequencies and vibrations are out of this world. Okay, you are very clear. It also will show show itself as people who have transitioned. So if someone has recently transitioned, 1111 will show up that way as an ancestor, um, as a spirit guide. 1111 shows up as a spirit guide, somebody that you've known that has transitioned. It'll show up during that time as well. 1111 represents revelations. Things are being shown to you. You are being shown to you, not that representative that you've carried on for all of your life. The true who you are is what is being revealed. The true who you are is what is being revealed. This is how the Most High created you. This is how the Most High sees you. Okay? That's what that is. See, there are 1212. I don't know if you see that a lot. And I don't know what this scribble is that I just wrote. So I don't know what to tell you about that one. But I know it deals with conspiring with the universe. That I do know. It's like the magic hour. That's what it is. It's 12 o'clock. Or the final hour, 12 to being like the final hour is like a high magic hour. This is the time in which you are conspiring with the universe. You are co-creating with the universe. The universe has heard you, has seen you do all of what you were supposed to do. You are in complete alignment. It knows what you want. Let's do this, universe. Okay, you ready? You got your part. Okay, I got my part. We doing this. This is what we do. Bet. Let's go. It's like that. It's like you and the universe, y'all homies. Dap out. That's teamwork, right? That's what that looks like. Okay. I'm gonna do two more numbers. There are so many numbers. So what you'll do is take the individual numbers, the meaning behind the individual numbers, and just apply them to whatever sequence you have. Okay. If you see 669 or 212, whatever, you'll know, just take the number, whatever the individual number means or numbers mean, and apply them. When you see 123, that means start now. Go now. Okay. Don't wait. Go now. That means it's the perfect timing. It is an ascending. So it's like moving forward. So make sure that when you see it, whatever your thought was, whatever you were getting ready to do it then. Unless it was wicked, then chill out. But if you see it, that means it's the perfect time. Go now. Okay. Now when you see 3, 2, 1, that's the countdown. Okay. That means the countdown has begun and your divine abundance is coming. 3, 2, 1 it's on the way. Okay. That means you have done everything else that you were supposed to do. Everything else is in order. You are aligned. You've done your part. 3, 2, 1 is like, okay, now we ready. That's that on your mark. That's that get set. That's that. Okay. It's going down. So be ye prepared for what you ask for. Because if you ask for it and you've gone through the process, you've gone through the processes of getting these things, you have prepared yourself for all of this as much as you possibly can. You have prepared yourself for all of these things. They're going to happen. What you got here? You say God's kingdom has to have a way of contacting us here in this matrix. Absolutely. So numbers make a whole lot of sense. Absolutely. Absolutely. Make sure you pay attention to all of them. As soon as you see the number, write it down. Write the number down. And if you can look it up at the time, what does this number mean? Or go back to this video, go through it. And it'll tell you what each number individually means. And like I said, we did the 3 numbers also in the 4, 1, 1, 1, 11, 11, and 12, 12. But remember what they mean. Jot them down. Usually they're sequential. So if you see, and I'm just throwing out something, If you see 555 and then you see 666, like that, there's your story. Change is coming. You need to revamp how you're doing something, right? Change is coming. So you need to change how you're doing this. Reconsider how you're doing this because change is coming. So it may go in that way, or it could be 248, or whatever it is. But just pay attention because it's for you, and you can be with somebody at the time that you see it, and they won't see it because it wasn't for them. And you don't have to call it out. Just make sure that you see it. When you see it, it's for you at that time. It is specifically for you. And I promise you, it's always on time. You don't see a number that's random. It's never random. It's always on time. And it shows up in places that you wouldn't even imagine. I've seen a lot of things on like mailboxes, or people will cut me off on the freeway, and before I can get ready to cuss them out, the number that showed up on their license plate. Oh, okay, bet, because you was finna get the finger. But I see here, it was 666 that changed that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So just pay attention. It might be on a receipt. It might be in somebody's phone number. Whatever it is, when you see it, it's for you to see it. You are being communicated with. You are being given guidance. See, this is the language that we're supposed to know. This is the language that keeps us connected. We don't have to tell people, or we don't have to teach people or other nations our language. We don't have to teach other nations our language. This is how we are communicated with. This is how we are communicated with. So pay attention to it. It's specifically for you. Okay? Do you all have any questions, comments, or concerns? I see your comments, but do you have any concerns? Do I need to give a number out? Do you all want to call to say yes or no? Because if you don't say nothing, I don't know. So if you don't need the phone number, say no. If you do need to say yes, and I'll give it to you. You all know how to contact me anyway if you need something else. Definitely hope that this was informative, edifying. I'm sure you're going to have to go back and listen to it again. Take notes if you need to. I would greatly advise that you do take notes. It's so funny. Facebook wasn't having this. So this is only here. Facebook was like, yeah, nope, we ain't doing it. So I guess it wasn't for them today. So those of you who see it here, it was for you to see. Everything means everything. Everything means everything. I tried it 5 times. 5. I had to pay attention. I spoke out, Lord, Most High, angels, ancestors, guides, if this is your will for me to show this on Facebook, then let it happen. Whatever the blocks are, get them out of there. If it's your will, let it happen. If not, do what you do. It kept doing what it did. Therefore, it wasn't for them. So y'all got it. And I'm grateful that you all are here to receive it. If you feel inclined to share it, please do so. Make sure you give people the information. Not everybody's going to get it. Not everybody's going to receive it. Not everybody's going to listen, and it ain't for everybody. It's all good. You give it to those who are willing to get it. Like I said, it is a language. It is a divine spiritual language. If you have it, or if you understand, overstand it, then you'll know. You say, is there a number for interpreting of dreams? I've been doing it for years. For interpreting dreams, let me see, the number for dreams, let me see, because we did talk about that. That deals, that's also in the 4s. So 444 would also deal with that. being that your dreams are being assisted as far as interpreting them. I can't answer that intelligently or absolutely. I'm going to say there's no one particular number that can interpret it. I'll say that there's no one in particular number because there's so many different elements in the dream. That's the thing. There are many elements that occur in dreams, so you need to look at all of the elements. Each of the elements represents something, so it's not going to necessarily just be a number. There may be a number in it. So once you have interpreted the dream, you can take that. I'm gonna say take the word or take the message from it. Take the message from the dream and see what number it may coincide with. You can do that. I think I answered the question. So once the dream has been interpreted, take the message from the dream and see what number it may coincide with. How about visions when awake? Same thing. You should probably reach out to me directly. Do that. Reach out to me directly. Send me an email and I'll send you a number to call me. So do that. Okay. My email is Queen Goddess, the King Advocate at Gmail. And on that one is Goddess spelled Goddess, Goddess. But email me, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate at gmail.com. Goddess, Goddess for the email. Okay. But yeah, I think I might have a better answer for you. Perhaps. We'll see. But other than that, are there any more questions or concerns, comments, anything else I might be able to answer? Again, if I don't have the answer, I'll tell you I don't know. I'll try to find out. But if I don't have it, if I can't tell you now, it's because it's not for me to tell you now. That's it. I tell you all the time, before I get on here and say anything, before I let anything come out my mouth, I make sure it's being given to me first to come out my mouth. I don't want to make it up. I don't want to be caught in that type of error. All right. Well, I'm so glad that you all made it. I'm glad we were able to interact here and share this information. I said, I definitely hope that it was edifying for you. Please share this video. Also, there is a link that I typed in. I need your vote. It's voting season. I need your vote. Okay. I am in a contest, if you will. It's called Fab 40, FAB 40. It's for women 40 and over. There's prizes, of course, but it is connected to breast cancer awareness. I would really love your vote. Please vote. You can vote many times. You can vote every day, once a day, or you can donate. If you donate money, the amount of money that you donate will also equal the amount of votes that I get. So if you donate $25, then that will equal 25 votes for me. Right now, I'm number 8 in my group. I was 7, so somebody has moved me down. So I'm trying to get back up. The first round of the contest ends on the 20th. So if I'm still down there, then I'll may get booted out. But hopefully, you all will find it in your heart to support me. Okay. The link is at the top. It is votefab40.com /to 2022/Kimberly-McCants. Okay, what's at the top? So please do so. Please do so, and please share it. And like I said, do it every day, or if you want to make a financial donation for breast cancer awareness, that would be great as well. All right. All right, loved ones. You know what it is. I love you on purpose, with purpose, all the time. Honey, I'm 50. What? I saw 40 10 years ago. I promise you I did. About to see 51 in a couple of months. But thank you. I'll take it. So, so email me. We'll talk. I love you on purpose with purpose until I see you. Until I see you again. Peace.